Greetings everyone, my name is Utterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. Continuing on from the last part, I'll now be going through Fusion Master 2-Man stage by Virus Man. He's the fusion of Miner Man and Moss Man. This level, along with all the other levels I'll cover in this episode, are from the Mega Man Creation and Collab project. As with most other episodes, the timestamps for all the levels I cover will be in the description below. We have Trashman's theme from Mega Man Super Fighting Robot playing in the background, a rather somber 8-bit musical track. It fits Trashman, as this stage takes place in what is essentially a robotic graveyard, mixed in together with a junkyard. Some of these robotic fish can also swim in the quicksand, in addition to water. But others can't, like the yellowfish. However, they can jump really high, so be careful. Into the tomb we go. The description of this level states that this tomb is filled with a lot of dead people, but I don't see that. The Mamiras are all robotic mummies. I'm certainly liking this stage a lot more than Miner Man's level was. A lot more interesting usages of the quicksand. Second checkpoint and full refill. Out of all the Fusion Master and Road Master stages so far, this is the only one to have full restores of life energy and weapon energy. Did we ever encounter ring platforms before? I don't think so. In any case, they're introduced first in a safe environment, and gradually escalated in more difficult environments. Oh, and there's a bed of spikes just in the quicksand. I should have expected as much. It was hidden from view. Oh well, checkpoint placement is spot on, right before that section. first introducing the ring platforms in isolation, and then combining them with the quicksand. There's something probably to the right, but let me see what's up this ladder first. I think this is the pathway forwards, so let me see what's to the right. For safety, I'll use the rush jet. You are forced to use either the rush jet, rush coil, or the NATO. And here's Yoshiki number 3. I expected it to be placed right over here. Time for the flight back. It's easier getting back than going over there in the first place. Compared with the previous two Fusion Master levels, this was significantly longer. This was at least 50 screens long. What could your weakness be? Well, I got clipped into the terrain there. Let's try again. Perhaps it's the Power Stone? What else could it be? My best bet is either the Atomic Fire or the Charge Shot. Definitely a step up in difficulty in comparison with the previous two Fusion Master levels, but it was still fun. And I did like how they introduced a new gimmick in the form of the ring platforms, and how it had a spectacular climax before the end. Next up is Fusion Master Engine Man, which was made by LinkPlaysGames. He's the fusion of Traffic Man and Hangar Man. That was a strange pause there. Seriously, what's with all the pauses in this level? 2 so far, but I'm really worried I'm gonna fall into a pit because of that. In addition to Traffic Man's level, in-universe this took 7 years to construct. The musical track playing in the background is Photon Man's stage theme from Mega Man Rock Force. Is there anything to the left? Nope. Always make sure, remember what happened during the second Fusion Master stage that I covered during the last episode? That's where the Yoshiki was hidden. We started the stage in a rail station, and now we're on the actual cargo train itself. And this stage is rather spacious, and also longer than the first two Fusion Master levels I played during the last episode. Then again, I don't need to be as careful with my jumping and shooting. Here's the fourth and final Yoshiki. Now I'll be able to access the secret stage. Anyways, time to face off against Engine Man. Who's standing in this engine is Charge Man. Do you have a weakness as well? It's Thunder Beam. That's all 4 Fusion Masters dealt with. Now that all 12 of the Masters have been destroyed, I can now access the Super Adapter. It's time to deal with the villain who sent all these robots and Roadmasters to wreak havoc across the world. That being Dr. Bill-ther, whose first stage of his manor was made by LinkPlaysGames. What's with all these mad scientists and their crazy elaborate mansions, castles, and fortresses? Where did they get all the budget for all these things? I can justify where Dr. Wily gets most of his funding, from selling most of his creations to black market vendors, but Dr. Bill-ther and others, not so sure. Unless he has funding from secret sources. For a Yoko block segment, that was surprisingly tame. I've played through several dozen traditional stages on this channel, which feature much more difficult Yoko sections. Is there anything down over there? That looks fishy. Could this be an alternate pathway? It is for an E-tank. And this is where the two pathways link up with each other. Onto the fortress boss, or whatever the stand-in is, because we don't have fortress bosses in this engine. To summarize, the stage progression went by this. We first started out in the front courtyard of the manor, then scaled the left side of the manor, and then entered the manor proper. The first fortress boss is called Construction Trap, whose stand-in in this engine is Top Man. A rather easy fortress boss at that. But overall this was a nice fortress level. It reused gimmicks and assets and enemies we've seen before, and in nice remixed configurations. Next up is Manor Stage 2, which was created by Mario Player 64. On to Dr. Bill-ther's Cryogenic Labs. The musical track playing in the background is Plague Man Stage Theme from Rock Force. Typically, the second fortress levels aren't ice levels, so this is a nice break from tradition. Whoops. I thought that part of the background was actually a solid platform. It just blends in with the ice next to it. And there I was pressing the jump button. Not the best start. Personally, I would have used a slightly different tile set for the platforms. Just wanted to check and make sure. You never know if there's a secret. Always hug the walls. No checkpoints yet. The previous Manor stage was a lot more generous with checkpoint placement. Here's our first one. Capitalizing on the count bomb gimmicks we've seen in previous stages. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. That one jump over there, the distance is a bit longer than what you'd expect. I suppose this marks the end of the level. It does. Time to face off against Crystal Man. The fortress boss that would have been here doesn't have an actual name. It wasn't provided. Let me guess, his weakness is the plant barrier. Regardless, I could use some healing. Another solid Manor level. A bit of a step up in difficulty compared to the previous one, especially at the second count bomb segment, but it's perfectly doable. Now on to Manor Stage 3, which was designed by Omegalite. Time to go through Dr. Bill-ther's sawmill. Yep, this manor has an entirely automated sawmill facility. Not sure why. Then again, in Mega Man we have wood-based robots. If we have a cryogenic slab, and now we have a sawmill, what's next? A furnace? A metallurgy station? That'll fit the team of fire, ice, and wood. No clue where this background musical track originates from. I think it's an original piece. I hope this is the midway point. It is, thank you. Oh wait, that's actually the boss battle time. I thought this was the midway point of the level. This felt shorter than what I expected initially. Cutman is a stand-in for the boss's actual name, that being the serrated automated weapon, aka the saw. Perhaps if there's a fan game made of all these levels, we'd find a giant Gabiel or something. Oh, by the way, this boss battle was designed by Dustman Talks Trash. What else could be your weakness then? Power Stone seems to work well. It deals 2 damage per hit. I'd rather use the Charge Shot as it deals 3 points of damage per hit. Well, out of the Manor stages so far, this one just existed. I like the previous 2 ones the most. This is where I'll be ending off this episode. In the next episode, I'll be covering the remaining levels that were part of this collaboration. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!